Welcome back. This is Rubbin Minds. Before we went on the break, we were discussing 2027 elections and what the new INEC boss can do to truly regain the trust of Nigerians. And right about now, we want to get into comedy. You know, we're going to be talking about breaking barriers through laughter. And my guest is one that I'm truly proud to have in the studio today because he has truly defied all odds. Typically, people that provide laughter sometimes have this heavy burden upon themselves, you know, to constantly make other people happy, sacrificing their own happiness. And my guest today does not just do only that. He also has a bit of a challenge that has sort of almost held him down from performing what his God-given purpose is. However, he was able to defy that particular disability and challenge, and he has truly proven to us that there is ability in every single disability. Ladies and gentlemen, I have in the studio a comedian extraordinaire, Sammy Cole. Welcome to Rubbin Minds, Baba.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm actually fine, doing fine.
Yes, you are fine. Okay, so I think I remember your performance. Was it at AY Live?
Yes,
and
yes.
A couple of people were so amazed.
AY Live and Alibaba's night.
And Alibaba's tonight. A lot of people were very amazed by your performance and how you are still able to make people laugh, you know, despite what your condition is.
Yes.
I personally do not like the word disability. I like to use the word, you know, challenge, physically challenged, as opposed to being disabled, right?
The terms.
Yeah?
That is the terms.
That's the terms, yes. Instead of using the word disability, the more correct term to use is physically challenged. So tell me, when did you discover humor as a tool to walk through this challenge that you have?
Actually, depending on my life experience, like people just make jest of me unnecessarily. So I use that as an humor around it. So I actually create some comedy out of it. You get? And there are sometimes that I will actually just sit my parents at home, make them laugh. You get? I sit my mom at home, make them laugh. And I actually, like, one of my friends advised me to go into it. Then his name is Kupi.
Ah, yeah, Kupi, yes. He's my friend as well.
He actually
Kupi Nigeria?
Yes.
Okay.
So he actually just call me that, hello. You say that you're a comedian. Who has five? I live about spot 90. So that is my first experience in that competition. So and immediately they saw me, they were so surprised that you came for this audition. I said yes. Let me just give it a try. So that's
beautiful. So can you take me through the process? How do you come up with your jokes? I know you already mentioned that you do self-depreciating humor, which is also a technique in comedy. What's your typical process like? You know, how do you put your stories together? Just take us through that process.
Like, I can just think of a joke although all the jokes that I used to write is based on life experience. Everything is based on life experience. No fiction. No fiction. So everything is based on. You know, there are some comedians that they just form jokes on fiction. They will just go on stage, then everybody will laugh. About me, everything about me. That is it.
Okay, brilliant. Did you ever have that initial challenge of people not laughing to your jokes? Because I personally, a lot of people don't know.
No. I actually did my first experience it was in a comedy club.
Yes, I know how tough comedy clubs can be.
Actually, I just, normally I was a skit maker. I do skit. But I just said, let me just try comedy. Then they invited me to one comedy club. As I was cracking joke, they were just looking at me like, what is this guy saying? And actually, I was not that funny that I'm actually bleeding myself that time. I'm actually like preaching, just saying story, you understand? Then after that scenario happened, then I actually bleed myself more. You understand that I won't give up on this. Then the next session, the next comedy club that I went to, and I actually saw some improvements in me. So I was like, I can do this. I can do this. So
that is beautiful. Now, I want us to measure the progress. How would you say your life has changed before comedy and after you started doing comedy?
Actually, you know, AY life big me through limelight. That's after comedy. Anywhere anywhere, for example, they book me for a show. They'll be like, you are AY boy now. Just come and make us laugh. You understand other stuff. But before comedy, life has been tough. Because there are some times that I will have to attend free shows. So just to bring myself out to the world to see that there's nothing wrong with me, that it just don't judge me by my appearance. You get that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I understand. And I'm very glad that things are beginning to pick up for you. There was something that I picked on when you were talking. You said something that sometimes you sit your parents down, you make them laugh. And you know, you're making a lot of people laugh. Comedy is such a beautiful tool for expression, and it could also heal a lot of hearts. What has happened, or can you tell me a scenario that has happened that made you realize that yes, I'm actually doing something good for other people?
Like actually, there was a day where there are some scenarios that happened in my experience in life. So actually, I went to the bank. Like, I'm a business education graduate, so I went to the bank to secure for a job. So, true life story. So actually make me push into comedy. So like the CEO was like this, he want to work in a bank. He has to speak it in a broken way. Say, you will no balance. I won't make the account balance.
Sorry, I'm laughing.
So, you know, it's funny.
Wait.
It's actually so funny.
Wait, you went to look for a job?
Yes.
And the CEO of the bank was interviewing you?
Yes.
And he said, you want work for this bank? Yes. You will no balance. You want make balance? Wow. How did you, I mean, beyond the laughter, and I know I also laughed because it's truly funny, but in that moment, how did
actually, I built connection towards that. Like, you know. Did
you feel bad when he said that?
No. One thing about me is that in secondary school, actually discriminate a lot. So I actually gained from that experience in secondary school.
So you had built a tough skin?
Even though you abuse me, even though you abuse me handicap, I'm just looking at you like this. I will never be angry because I know where I'm going.
That is truly inspirational. So beyond, you've been bullied from a very early age.
Sorry to cut you. Yes. Even at the backstage when you want to perform, all the other comedians, they look like, you want to perform? I can do this now. Then they will give me some opportunity. So after the performance, they have to change their mentality towards people with disability. You know, before I perform, they were actually downgrading me that, how can you perform? How will you hold the mic? You understand? So after the performance, people are actually meeting me that, I will change the mentality towards people with disability. So that is.
So you're using comedy as a tool to change the stereotype,
yes.
to change the stigma that people naturally have towards people with disabilities.
Yes.
That is truly inspiring. You did also mention that you are a business education graduate. Can you just take us through, you know, how was it going to school? What are some of the challenges people with physical disability face? So at least we could also use this opportunity to speak to the people.
Actually, it is school, it's a special institution. It's a sped. Like it's in Oyo. Like it's a mixture of disability and non-disability people. Although 70% of them are non-disability people. Just for us to the opportunity for people to go to school. Actually, the name of the school is Federal College of Education, Oyo Special. So, in the beginning, it was tough. Me waking up early in the morning by myself. You know, when I was in my parents' house, they will have to help me. They have to help me take my bucket to the toilet, all those restrooms. But when I did everything by myself. I even cooked by myself. When on hunger won't wire me, you get.
No be person tell you say make you find.
No be person tell me say, Oga, my instinct tell me say, Oga, go and take that indomie and cook.
That is truly inspirational. So finally, what do you have to say to other people that have physical challenges?
Actually, I've actually set the stage for them, so they have to just be inspiring and motivated. So I've actually opened the door for them. But one thing about this industry, inclusion is more difficult in this Nigeria. But most of the time, we just have to force them in, because people judge by our appearance. They don't judge by the
intellectual capacity. Yes.
So that is.
That is very, very profound, and we'd like to thank you for doing what you're doing, and thank you for being such a light. And I've genuinely learned a lot of things from our conversation, and I think what I'm going to end with is one key word: inclusion. So not just in the entertainment space, but in the political space, in the educational space, and even in the banking sector. I genuinely did not feel good that you were rejected from getting a bank job simply because of you were physically challenged. That is not right, all right? But all the best, and you are a shining light, so keep shining. Thank you for coming on the program.
Don't just stand there teasing me.